All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the media. As you're aware, today is day 7, and I've been here every day working in station number 9. This morning, there was a meeting at the Guyana Elections Commission with the staff that would work in the various stations, and there was a change in instructions. So I really want to share with you what has transpired with regards to the observation report. When we started this exercise, the understanding with regards to the observation report was one that it should capture those significant comments from all stakeholders within the counting station, capturing their observation and their comments as we move along. The supervisor this morning said to us that at the meeting there were some new information and directions given to them. One was that they should limit the information they're recording on the observation report. And the limit should be with regards to the comments made by other stakeholders, save and except for the APNU AFC. As usual, listening to a statement like that, any one of you would have raised your concern, and so we did that too. So we got down to the observation report, and what we found happening, like the first box, there was no objection to any serial number, and obviously we were all happy. When we got to the second box, there were 39 serial numbers that were called, and the objection to these serial numbers was that all these persons would have migrated. The GCOM staff checked their list and they said that they only found 4 of these 39 objections as being ticked serial numbers. The third box, there were 34 similar objections to serial numbers. A check revealed, and this is the GCOM staff checking, stated that there were only 6 of the numbers that were identified for which ticks were. The controversy erupted when we requested that all the serial numbers objected to should be recorded on the observation report. GCOM instructions this morning, we were told that only allow for those, in the first instance, those 4 serial numbers that were found tick, that only those should be recorded. And for the third box, only those 6. We objected. We got a compromise from the supervisor and GCOM team to say that, okay, they will record that 39 objections were made, but only 4 were found ticked, and that they recorded those 4. And the process, as I see it, and then we went to the second box similar. The coordinator was invited in. The coordinator repeated what was shared with us by the supervisor. So this is what I really want to say to us. The process that is unfolding with the calling of these serial numbers is discrediting everyone who participated in elections March 2, 2020. Some 15,000 plus GCOM staff, and also some 20,000 plus polling agents, observers, both local and international, and media operatives who also were involved in the process. What these objections are seeking to do, these objections are seeking to introduce an element of accusation and discrediting of all these people, saying that these people work in unison. The GCOM staff, the polling agents, the observers worked in unison to allow persons to impersonate others and voted at those polling stations. I say to us that elections day work is not an easy task. People will leave their home from since 3 a.m. and get back midnight and after that. And then for you now to say that these persons have perpetuated irregularities bordering on fraud and so on, it's a terrible accusation and allegation to be made against anyone. What we have found in the ballot boxes would have reflected that these people went out there to do a dedicated and honest job. And that's what they did. Because when you compare the SOR results, that's the recount results, with the SOPs that were declared by some political parties, including the People's Progressive Party, you find so much commonality and agreement between the results declared. Any variance is seeking to add one, and most of the recipients would have been the People's Progressive Party and the small parties, and deduct one or deduct two. We're generally coming from the rejected ballots. And so when you look at the process there, it means therefore that people who would have given their all, who were very dedicated and committed to what they went out there to do, and who did it very honestly, are now being accused by people who have lost all semblance of integrity, honesty, and decency, that they have done something wrong.
In relation
Yes.
the
Can I conclude and then take your questions? My final thing, my good ladies and gentlemen, in each one of these ballot boxes, you have in excess of 20 what you call folios. You know what is this folio? I know you know that. It is for every voter that is listed in that polling station, there's a pictorial representation of that voter. And that folio was accessible to every polling agent, every member of GCOM staff. That folio then would have allowed for a comparison of the facial features of any voter with that which is recorded there. And so now to come and say and to cry foul and try to discredit a process that was very much above board, that was declared by the local as well as international observers as being free, fair and transparent, is really clutching at a straw. My final statement, and then I'll take your questions. My personal view, and that what is happening, there are deliberate attempts to draw things out. And let me use an example. The objection started at 10:14 on one box this morning. That took up 27 minutes. At 10:41, then we were finished dealing with that allegation of serial number. When you have to waste so much time on one box, at the end of the day, if you're doing 4 boxes, you're losing 2 hours of recount time. Yes. So your question.
You mentioned at the start the objections were limited. Were there any specific reason given for that?
Well, there's only one political party. Thank you for your question. There's only one political party that has been raising objections to serial number. That would have been the PNUAFC. That's the only party that continues to raise objection to serial number. One small party I can recall in Station 9 raised one objection once on one serial number. So my response then is that when we started, the numbers were indeed like 4, 5 serial numbers. Over this half of last week and into this new week, the numbers are going into the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. And the observation report doesn't have space to really accommodate all of that. So what we did yesterday, we used 2 pages into one observational report, just because And that will tell you the volume of what is happening. So thank you so much for that question.
Mr. Prasad, why harp on the issue when the Commission has already taken a position that these observations being made won't affect the actual count, and in fact wanting to have your views more or less added to these reports would only drag out the process a little longer?
Excellent. I'm happy that you've asked that question. For me, a record speaks for itself. We don't know what present use or futuristic use these reports would be put into. That's one. The second one is that indeed there isn't much substance in the observation report. But what it does is that it takes up so much of the recount time that is making this 25-day period allocated to be extremely tight. So it's for that reason that I'm insisting that this observation report is a mechanism and a tool that is being used to really waste a lot of
What
recount time.
specific solutions have the party, or would the party be putting forward at the current meeting?
Well, the party has put forward several
Specific.
well, to be specific, the party has stated very clearly the observation report must be used to capture what took place in that recount station, not to capture anything extraneous or outside of that recount station. You know, how can you try now to to invoke what transpired on March 2, 2020 in terms of persons presenting themselves to vote and the mechanisms that they had to go through and checking with the folio to ensure it's the right person and so on? We can't do that here. But yet you want to record on the observation report things of those nature. Then apart from that now, you are not recording the views of the other political parties as you should. You know, for example, I said that we should record on the observation report when John or Mary would have objected to 34 names or so. We would say, well, is there any evidence that these persons would have migrated? The response would have been, whatever evidence we have, we'll present it to the CEO. So we said then that I said in the observation report then should have no evidence was provided. The supervisor said he was instructed this morning that that cannot be included in the report. So if you understand, you know, why, and I appreciate your question, okay? Because it gives a wider understanding of why. You know, we're not harping over it, but we're just trying to explain what is happening. It is not being done in a free, fair, and transparent manner, and lots of extraneous variables are included, and when you sought to bring clarity to it, your views are excluded.
Thank you very much.